Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
I think they largely say issue responses are what so far from the side of the youth, from the side of the populace. Which is the vast majority of Ghanaians are quite excited about some policies or some measures are abandoned or put in place. Another Ozerba. Which is the if you ask the ordinary Ghanaian youth what going to betting, I don't know put off on betting. What's where your investors are also where you're betting kakranka. I mean, if you look at the number of young people are now you're involved in this betting, another investors. I mean, investors now what I see. You can tell there were a lot of. Oh, Nana, and there, I there watchman security. You know a watchman was like I can't watchman, and for
the benefit of I know to them, investors near him.
Oh, investors in here, when I watch a bet, no, and I was this cash a bet when I watch now, what pay wins now, one of our investors, no, and then for this through. I'm the national investor.
Why am I
investors or Chromo? Oh, me, all the million to catch up.
Oh, Debbie, Yamin Ping.
And investors or Chromo, investors or Hoppa. Now,
Ninja be that.
Yes,
look, just to help the discussion, for me, taxes on policies like this on, and yet time biana, a year for nefa kebi owa. Yeah, the shepunipa abrabone ade. Me personal position is betting. A chere mabunu se adwumaden fa so ni so. Chere mabunu se adwumaden fa so ni so say wa sori anopa. Asori anopa no ato de tran o laptop echi. No ahwe Portugal ene ho amona bebo. No atransi atwisu we be wini. We each team to score. We so us near 2.5 0.5 anyway sir or to them sir no I don't know I know what they do because I want to talk about it and they say me who are the crow
sir
now usher them last back could be my colleague back or had they chere me we need be 1.2 million or something also say nipa we on fast eska we go di on tax name kaya eko nenam friends kejetia anaso ko nam circle no so anem no ade na ho odin so anem adidi no obeti tikita ma no teacher ni be hye afa form sa na npa bo ato ahwe wo ko krasi ba bia wo de obi akwa wo mpese woko kokko kira de boso meso kakra na oje no wate no but we all no benya sky inter no wo say yente no how de me obi antimi convince me ma me
nana you see in principle one ami kwesa miti betting onyaza equally musosodo another me interested in it onyaza me peda me encourage I want to make this clear but you see let's enter from where this whole thing started and where it is now nana NDC forward by power what's where people's manifesto be someone that people's manifesto know what informed those promises what call a man for what call youth in ho what call investors in ho what call one watch a bet in ho no okay some day ya pedi ehun how and this a how na youth no this a how na investors no or no na what can change this for there them taxi or how hin
nti
nana hold on
meti ase meba just to help the discussion nti o person o chere say senko mo koy na mabunu no sto car say and say go area na my na police phone hide do nti mo ba mo nchen ya because from the people nti ye nya na
relax nana meba. You see we are talking about the legality of the issues here. Is it legal? Good. Nana, you see, the point here is that this is a purely social issue. In the first place, no here, time now MPP is them tax revenue. Nana, the government also tax revenue. Be someone that if these communications were made clear that, youth, we don't want to encourage you to go into this because morally, ethically, no, on your good, and see the incidents another tax now is revenue. Yes, but just to discourage you from venturing into this kind of activity because if you don't bomb, you see, it's about what you communicate into the mind of the person. But our tax no, the intention, the basic line, the amount of tax there is the tax because I want to discourage your patronage or your consumption of the commodity. That was not that was not what was communicated. The government made the people understand that Yehiska is a solve problems. Until then, we want to tax you so that we can get that money to pay the debt and do this and do that. Until the motive for the taxation in itself, was not to reduce the consumption or to reduce patronage of the product. I mean, if nothing at all, government can decide today, okay, I'm banning taxes. I'm banning betting absolutely. It's better or illegal. We need to understand the dynamics in terms of what are the ethical issues, what are the moral issues. Was that the reason why I even brought in the tax in the first place? If not, then what are you trying to tell me as someone who is now patronizing it, investing in it, and then I'm expecting some revenue or some income at the end of it all? It's the same thing here. If you end this for the removal of this tax here, clearly the party is equally not thinking about. It's not thinking about there. We want the young boys or the young people not to be in it. They are just in there to tell you that, you know what, we are for you. We are there for you. Therefore, you tax them so that it to my was. But then comes in. If we really want to discourage them from going into these things, maybe a bet nazar, alternative ben yeshamon as a country. You see, we need to look at our livelihood. We need to look at basic needs before we now we want to think about the other things. So if at the end of it all, in the interim, this is what I can do to survive. Nasa, if you look at the legality, if you look at the other aspect of it, Nasa, it's okay. Then I'll put the measures in place and make sure you shape the people in the sense a tax oversuit the interest or the benefit that you want from the people. And so for me, my point here is that the party engaged the young people. The party engaged the people. Yes, in the betting tax or a problem. Yes, COVID, FNL, e-levy or a problem. Now the party says that yet a manful is saying there, I'm not manful there, them taxes on bohen. And the party has come out to say that okay, look at the way people were jubilating when these taxes were removed. I mean, where the removal of these taxes were removed in Parliament. People were happy, and I'm sure that a lot of Ghanaians were happy about this e-levy. Why? Because even at the time now, irrespective of the fact that governments argue that even after several engagements with the people, I remember very well, finance minister going to Tamale and all the places. You can still feel there, or you could still feel there. The people were not so happy about it. Okay, not to talk of the financial implications. Its implications on banking, the unbanked. The financial inclusion implications. The fact that people were discouraged even putting their money on Momo account and all that. Let's put all those aside. You could tell the people were just not happy about it, and that is why it is not by it's not by accident today. A lot of commentaries came there also, or a nuisance tax or this or that. Now, in taxation, when you say a tax is nuisance, it simply means that it is causing so much pain and inconvenience on people. But you see, you do not have to think so much about yourself, but not thinking about the people. You need to create a certain balance. Until for me, the most important thing is that politician biara mo here there obey the support of the people. Politician biara ne priority there. Amanfo na or governor ho no obe penasem na wagina tum ne wetu why the more do ye no. For me, whether we like it or yes, NDC as a party, John Mahama's government as such now is really appealing to the people because now at least the promises now Osmo Hono he's delivering on them. And for me, as to whether MPP is okay, they are not okay, no. They should understand the politics NDC is playing here. No, they want to pull the people along, get their support, get their acceptance, and then they will use it to drive them. And if you're a politician, what else do you want, Nana? If you're a politician, you are looking at there, a man for no, so that even when the bad times comes out, because you are driving the people along, you know how to communicate the bad moments also to them, for them to still hold on to you and then move on with other policies that you want to implement. And so for me, with this budget that finance minister Osbo Tugwa, of course, we expect a lot more details. we expect a lot more breakdowns. And I think the finance minister was very strategic and smart to say that the various sector ministers will go back to parliament and give details. We have to follow those details. We need to understand each sector biano what is coming up, because I'm sure Bohana was a tax service was maybe about finance. Now I can't tell you actually crave for, but what the question be, because look, whether we like it or yes, government knows that it needs money to run the economy.
Mate, mamenko unia nampenifo aka no so na minti omso adwen na yebesan abasebre wo munko ade a
This FM 104.3 Would you mean